This is my absolute favorite AR rifle. This is a top-tier, high-quality AR rifle made in Germany by Schmeisser! Of course, we had to use some kind of clickbait title because this is how YouTube works these days. But I can actually defend this rifle, and I have really good arguments why I think this is one of the best ARs ever made. Before writing an angry comment, hear me out. I own this rifle for more than 3 years now, and we put it through hell and back. System overload. I will show you some of the features, and let's see if I can change your mind. The controls are fully ambidextrous, so you can see magazine release on both sides. You have the bolt release on both sides and the safety selector, which is the 45 degree. I love it. It comes with an enlarged trigger guard, and mine still had the old version of the pistol grip, so I exchanged it. But the newer versions of the rifle already have the more straight, less angled grip, which I really like. The trigger is a nice two-stage, nothing crazy, not too light, but it has a very distinct, crisp break, very short travel, and very short reset. Personally, I really like it. Mine came with a slim M-lock handguard, which is super sturdy. This thing is rigid and does not move, as it's connected to the rifle with 3 screws tightening around a massive barrel nut, which you will see later, and also has these 2 side wings that actually center it on the upper receiver and do not allow to move or rotate. So anything you put on this rail, it will stay zeroed and centered. The muzzle brake I'm using right now is from Silent Steel because I run a suppressor on this rifle, but the standard 3-prong flash hider that came with this rifle does an amazing job hiding the flash even from this 10.5 inch barrel. We showed it in a video comparing different muzzle devices, and this one just blew us away. Like this video. I'm running Magpul right now, but the original stock is also good and has the same functionality. You can get the rifle with commercial or military spec tubes, but what's different here is this extension of the lower receiver, which I guess reinforces it and holds the buffer tube more secure. I think it reduces half an inch of travel of your buttstock. Personally, I kind of like it, but you can remove it if you want, and you can mount any kind of buttstock here. Actually, for some time, I was running a very compact PDW stock on this rifle, but it was just too heavy and the functionality and ergonomics of that were terrible. So despite looking cool as hell, I had to revert to a more conventional buttstock. Now, the lower and upper receiver are like glued together. There's no play whatsoever. It actually takes some effort to push the pins out. Luckily, they include these oversized pins that you can push out with the tip of the bullet, and you can use the rim of the cartridge to pull it out completely. No surprises with the lower, standard AR trigger, standard buffer. It has this ambidextrous bolt release, a bit flared magazine well, but nothing special here. Standard AR mil-spec bolt and bolt carrier. Honestly, I'm not an expert on the AR internals. I just know that this one ran through thousands and thousands of rounds, suppressed, unsuppressed, and through all of the shit, grime and stuff that we put it in, and it still worked great. I think it hasn't broken yet, so it's good. If we look at the charging handle closely, we can see how much attention to detail and precision the Germans put into their design. So they could just put a simple charging handle in this rifle, but they decided to go with the ambidextrous design, which should be mandatory by now. But if you look at these holes and ridges over here, you will see that it has some purpose in the design. It actually has a channel traveling over here that makes a J-turn to the side, and it has the same channel in the lower section. This is actually a very clever design that diverts the gases away from your face and reduces the gas blowback when you are using a suppressor or very hot ammo. The upper is paired with this chunky 10.5-inch barrel, which is heavy, but it's accurate and consistent in any kind of conditions, even if you're running a suppressor and get it really hot. To make this setup perfect, we have a fully adjustable gas block in the front. So I can tune this to my preference, to my ammo, and to the suppressor that I'm running. In the setting that I have it right now, the rifle has almost zero recoil. It cycles normally without a suppressor, and even with a suppressor there's not much overgassing. And it's also quite reliable because I ran this exact setup, didn't even clean it, directly from the light infantry shooting competition in Poland, where we shot a minimum of 700 rounds over the course of 2 days in extreme conditions, and this rifle only had one malfunction. So this is why I think Schmeisser is one of the best AR rifles on the market. And yes, I have tried Dental Defense and HK416. Sue me.